A very good evening, everyone. Welcome to Game 2 of Round 7. It's Wednesday night futsal here at Serious Futsal Arena. 2023 season. It's Serious Futsal Victoria. You're here with Han Solo and Josh. Josh, welcome to the stream.
It's really great to be back. I can't wait for this game.
It's going to be a huge game, and we just had a big game in Game 1. Eastern 1-0 FC. Had a huge win against Northern Phoenix, 7-4 in the end. What a game it was. This round is going to be the round that you will remember because it's going to be so close. We've got Evolution, Fitzroy, first versus, I think, third. And then next up, it's Carlton against Acu. And the last game, Preston against Camperfield. It's all happening. And tonight, right now, Evolution, they're holding their spot on top of the ladder. They haven't lost a game. And they're keeping their winning streak. Can it be 7 in a row? Or will Fitzroy upset them like they did last week against Preston? Anything can happen, but looks like Evolution have brought in some new players, and so has Fitzroy. So you'll see them on your screen, and you'll see them also playing here. Fitzroy in the yellow, kicking from right to left. Liz Air, unfortunately, still not back from her suspension. So Maggie Shahata, she's back, filling in for her. And then they've also brought in number 16, Catherine Ford Otto, who used to play for Amazons and was one of their star players. So now she's been recruited there for the Fitzroy squad. Then on the other end, we have Evolution bringing in number 20, Molly Burke. So this is going to game for new players, or round for new players. Josh, you haven't seen a few of them play in serious futsal. What do you feel the outcome will be coming forward after round 7?
That's such a difficult question because obviously you haven't seen these people play. It's hard to judge them, but knowing the two teams, you know that they don't accept anything but quality. So you just have to be excited with what they're going to bring. After Fitzroy, last week you were saying Preston, that was an insane game and got a little bit heated. I think there was a few red cards given out. Most definitely that a few players not playing in this game, and I'm surprised that Liz Air is still not in the squad. Such a hefty suspension for what actually happened.
We have to confirm with the Fitzroy squad when she will be coming back. It could be the suspension, or could just be a rest. I don't know. So we'll just have to confirm the details there. But so far, this is going to be, I would say, a low-scoring game. What do you predict? High-scoring or low-scoring?
I don't want to play devil's advocate and say the medium-scoring game, but I think there will be goals, without a shadow of a doubt. And I reckon about 3 apiece.
3 apiece.
Yeah.
So it's going to go to a penalty shootout, according to Josh.
Give or take, give or take.
But Mary Hubeek, she's normally the winning goal scorer of really tight games. So for her, she could possibly step up in big moments like that. Her teammate, Rebecca Davies, the captain, also could step up too. So it's going to be all these big names. They've got to step up in a game like this. And will it be a high foul contest? That still unsure because both teams are very clean in their possession. But when either teams lose or are trailing, things will get heated. We've seen it before. We've seen these two teams have really been very physical when, it's high stakes, which we love to see in futsal, but sometimes it does kind of bite you back in the butt.
Well, it's a game of passion, isn't it? There's a reason these two teams are I would say, the front runners, and just by last season judging that, the two best teams in the league. It's just the passion they give, and sometimes the passion, it drives you to do those things that you wouldn't normally do. I don't think a lot of these people are aggressive, but when they get into it, they're different beasts. They're just different animals, and it brings something out of them, really.
Good explanation there, Josh. So far, Davies was just trying to find Miller Best there. On the right hand is Maggie Shahata. Good to see her back here at Serious Futsal Arena. Passes it short to Galuccio. High press, but runs out of bounds. Fort Otto couldn't bring that in. Hubeek. Back to Davies. Looks like she wants to draw a player in. Best. Davies, and good pressure there coming from Dharma Georgie. So Evolution wearing their away kits, the white kits. So did Phoenix earlier. So it could be the round of white kits because we saw black all over last week. So it could be
It's the opposite.
The opposite, white.
I really miss the Evolution Navy kit. I think it's just a classic. I mean, they've gone to this kit so many times this season. It's actually, I don't even know if it's an away kit anymore.
It's just their kit.
It's just their kit.
They're probably, sick of wearing the dark blue for so long. So they're like, oh, let's just wear this because no one's going to clash with us. Fitzroy, they're in yellow.
It's the classic.
But they've worn black for many seasons. So they've gone with what the men's wore last season because the men's changed it up. Now is it bronze? What have they got?
The blue with the gold.
Blue, the
there's
gold,
a blue with the gold. They have a lot of different kits. But I think for the Fitzroy, for the women's team, it's just bringing it all back home, just taking it, going to the original flair of Fitzroy.
The yellow and the blue.
It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, because yellow and blue, that's their signature colours, right? So they had black for so long with the equal sign.
Which, again, we without a shadow of a doubt, a 10 out of 10 kit. The best kit you could find.
According to you.
According to me. Disclaimer.
Yeah, there's plenty of other good kits, but that for the past couple of seasons. Though, speaking of goals, Beck Davies, I don't think she even celebrated it. How did that even find its way to the back of the net? She does that with so much fashion. Let's watch the replay. So a short pass there from Bradley, and she just goes all on alone. Look at this strike.
That's ridiculous.
Through in the near post with so much power and that height. We've talked it so much time. It is so hard as a keeper to gauge how to block that shot.
I think there's also just a matter of why the hell is she shooting it from there? Like, I mean, she gets the pass because it's Rebecca Davies, right? But no other player, you wouldn't expect someone to shoot just right behind that logo.
No, and she saw the opportunity. No one's pressing her, and she went, well, if I've got even 5 centimeters, I can take a strike at it. And she's just so accurate in that manner that she can really shoot from anywhere and any pace. So Fitzroy, why aren't they pressing her like that? They're going to really learn from that lesson. I don't think the coach is Jimmy Sufa's down there. I don't think he'll be pretty happy with that.
He kind of already looks very angry. You can see on his face there's just like this sternness, like
steam coming out of his ears.
You know when someone's angry, but it's the anger that you show when it's just a straight face. It's even scarier. That's what it is.
That's what he is. And I don't think any of the players are looking at him or near the bench at all. It's like silent treatment almost. It's like I'm like a disappointed father. It's like nah.
But you know what the scariest thing will be, he will write something up that'll counteract that.
Absolutely.
He's that good of a coach.
It's not the end. It's 15 minutes to go in this half. We've seen Fitzroy come back like crazy. But they can't allow any more coming through from Evolution though. Right, Fort Otto with the fluorescent boots. Starts to go long. Good passing through from Fitzroy. So now they're working on their terms.
So just like rolls out there by just a little bit of lack of chemistry still, but I think they have to warm up to the game.
Yep, I feel like sometimes the first half is like their warm up, and then in the second half they unlock. They're warmed up. They're like, now we're here to play. We've seen it so many times where they don't score too many in the first half, but in the second half is when they become really dangerous.
Particularly also Galuccio, like really warms up in the second half. Like last week, I mean, she was good throughout the entire game, without a shadow of a doubt, but in that second half, again, she was different. She was making these passes, and I think if you saw her back heel goal, it was incredible. If she can replicate that, they have a good shot tonight.
She was more in the game. She really put herself in the game. Look at her now. She's running everywhere. Even though she doesn't have a stat, she's drawing in some players in and really being unpredictable. It's like, where's she going to go? Is she going forward, back? We don't know.
I'll say that my favourite thing about her, the red boots. They're so easy to find, in the heat of the battle. She's just there,
Yeah, it's Dani Galuccio. It's just the way she moves as well. Evolution so far doing similar things, just finding ways forward. Not really rushing the ball too much. A bit of substitution coming through. Ubik getting pressure there from Danny Galluccio.
She's been a bit quiet for the last 8 minutes. It's been Rebecca Davis a little bit more working through. She's kind of gone unnoticed.
Who are you
Blending
mentioning?
in. Hubik, just blending in there. She's just hasn't really gotten an opportunity yet just to show her absolute ability to strike the ball.
And Beck Davies just making a mistake there on the sidelines. Ball wasn't directly on top of the white line, which we saw time and time again in the last game, and now it's kind of brought forward in this game. You can't give the ball away too easily, especially in a high-stakes game like this. But you're talking about Hubik. She hasn't had much of the ball either, so it really comes into the other players stepping up for Evolution. We see now number 20, Molly Burke, on the court already applying that pressure. We also see Sophie Williams, number 5 for Evolution. And first kind of initial touch there from Molly Burke. I feel like Hubik is kind of lurking in the left flank, but the ball really hasn't made its way in that area for her.
I think that's a really good observation. But again, she's also doing her part, I guess, off the ball. And she does the things that you don't notice as well.
Yep.
And they don't get the credit for.
Exactly.
And I have to even call myself out on it. She presses really well and forces Fitzroy to do a lot of turnovers from the back line.
Just all the behind-the-scenes work. She's like the assist. It's like, I'll assist you in any way. I'll help you out.
I think it's the unfortunate case of being the MVP. The criticism is higher.
Absolutely, though. Beck Davies, she's just trying to take out the entire team here for Fitzroy. Hubik there, she comes in with her left boot. Dharma Georgie getting frustrated already. Will they try that again? No. Back to Davies. And getting shot there by Berry. So first goal. Beck Davies just went, I'll have a crack at it. And since then, still no goal have scored from either teams.
It's just really good defensive work from both teams. I think, again, where Davies shot from, just stunned. Both us, everyone on the court, the fans.
Yeah, we didn't even expect it. We were halfway mid-conversation, and then Beck Davies went, I'm just going to stop you there.
It's not our fault her shot is that fast. Okay, it's not our fault.
It doesn't matter because now they've got that 1-goal buffer. Dharma Georgie just can't get that out of that area there. And both teams also have usually got other players that they can come in, but in a game like this, Wednesday night, sometimes it's a bit tricky to get them on. Normally we see Finny Nobb, she's not there tonight. I think who else? Izzy Koppel for Evolution.
Obviously Silver's missing, but
Silver's
for injury reasons.
Yeah, nursing her ACL or her knee, so speed of recovery for Bruna. Anna Pierce-Barlow also not playing for Evolution tonight. And then for Fitzroy, they've got players also that normally on their normal fixture. Steph Otto, I think she's travelling. Em Kapak not playing. Claudia and Diana Friscalzo. We haven't seen much of them this season, and looks like the first time out have been called, and it's by Evolution. Let's take a break. Plenty to come straight after this.
Still Jess out. Lovely work from Elle. What a goal! That was all Jess out. Absolutely brilliant. She completely decimated the Preston defense, fed the ball to Carla D'Alessandro, and D'Alessandro found the net. This effort from Jessau, absolutely superb. What a ball to D'Alessandro, and an easy finish from the Tower of Power.
Welcome back, everyone. Timeout there called by Melbourne Evolution. Thanks for tuning in wherever you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, WeFroth. I think that's the only 3 streams. You're here with Josh and Han Solo. Josh, so far, what's your thoughts on the game?
It's been, I wouldn't say slow, it's just been tactical. I think that's the correct. Wow, it's going to heat up even just from that timeout. You can already tell they're moving differently. Yeah, it's been a very tactical game. Both teams not willing to give up anything too easy. And Davies' strike, obviously, I wouldn't even call that easy. It was just ridiculous.
It's in the playbook of Beck Davies. She should have her own, I
feel like the playbook for her is just throw out the playbook. That's what it is.
She should just have her own, series of Beck Davies, her own movie, because everything she does is just, so pinpoint, and it's not even, you're not even surprised anymore that she would score goals from that distance and that angle. So, she's not been called the MVP for no reason, because it's definitely what Evolution and why they've been unbeatable, 6 games in and still haven't had a loss. And Fitzroy, I would feel like one of the only teams that can challenge them and, upset that.
Not even Preston. I think
Have they versed each other yet?
They would have. Ooh.
Didn't they?
We should know this. I probably commentated it.
Let's just check the fixtures.
Because
when did they play Preston? We'll have to go back.
it's been 7 rounds, so
It was 4-2, round 2.
So, but that's challenging. But then again,
It was a close game.
that's a massive. Alex Sinclair is one of those players who can make the difference. It just depends on the day. That's how close they are.
Oh! Rebecca Davies! Was that a save? I thought that went through.
Off the post. It just came off the
Oh
post.
my goodness.
We said they won't let her do that again. They did.
What is going on? Beck Davies. She is a machine. Look at this. Oh,
It was a save, though.
hit the post. From where we were looking, I thought that went in, but looking at the slow motion, wow, must be just some form of trickery. Maybe it's the angle. She's in the wrong part of the court. She should just go on the other court. But, wow, I'm sure Maggie Shahata in goals would have just went, please go out. And it, luckily for her, it bounced its way from the post. If that went in, that would have been, I wouldn't say the game, but how does Fitzroy respond to Beck Davies scoring 2 goals on her own in a half?
Well, according to Mohamed Fateh, it's wait till the second half because Dharma George is going to turn into the GOAT. That's what he's commented. So, he knows better than we do, I'm sure.
Keeps the comments in because we love it. We love all the comments. It's on YouTube or Facebook because we know you're watching. It's a high-stakes game and it's one not to be missed. And I think we've got a few fans as well. Jess Halabi, thanks for the stream and thanks for the hello. And a couple other viewers watching as well. But so far, if you missed that goal from Beck Davies, go back because it's, I wouldn't say impossible, but it is so difficult to score, especially in a game like this where Fitzroy is so well set up to score in a manner like she did. And as a keeper, Josh, how do you even stop that?
Well, I wouldn't stop that, I'll be honest. That'd be a goal. I think I'd bump it in myself, but just...
No keeper in the league can stop that goal.
Lucky there was the post. Oh my goodness, is that in? That's in!
Is that going in?
Unbelievable.
Speaking of Dharma Georgie to step it up, she sure has. That was an unexpected keeper error. Let's watch the replay. It was swinging in. Danielle Bradley had it covered, but because the force was so strong, it just slipped through her arms and bounced its way over the line.
Wow, one long-range goal to another.
Yeah.
One Dharma Georgie. She didn't even need to get to the second half.
No, I think she just went, first half's not done yet, and I think she did it, therefore, was it Mohammed? Is he on the stream?
Yep. Oh, am I ever wrong? I'm going to pin that.
There you go, Mohammed. She did it for you. Did it for her fans. So, 1-1. Fitzroy. Can they win against Evolution? Because this is the game that they need to win. And a team challenge Evolution, or will they be the one going, no, not this season. We want back-to-back championships, and we've already started this season with no losses.
Well, they are trailing by 6 points. If it goes to 9, that's hefty. That's really difficult, particularly we're, a third into the season? A third of the way in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
That
a
might
lot
be
of
the
points.
Yeah. So, they're on 18? They'll be
Yeah.
on 21.
Wow.
And Fitzroy are on 12 points. And we've got all equal, like second, third, fourth place. Carlton, Fitzroy, and Preston all on 12 points.
This is one of the best times to watch this
Yeah.
league, I think, ever. It's much closer than last season. The top 4, and I would even put AKU in that as well, just in the 5 rounding up. Incredible.
Absolutely. The top 5, as you mentioned, just so close. It's life and death, and we're only 7 rounds in. And already it's going to shape up the season. Very interesting. But so far, this game, it's high stakes, but as you mentioned earlier, Josh, they've been very tactical. They're not giving it away too easily, not rushing the ball in any way, finding different avenues and passing the ball diagonally, passing it, not wasting it. But good position there from Hugh Beak. Did she go all the way? Left boot. Good chase back from Galuccio. She was a workhorse. She lost the ball and she still ran back to defend it. So she's everywhere. Then you need a player like her to be on a team like Fitzroy to make sure that everyone's working 110% like her. So save there from Shahata. Ubeek. Nowhere to go. Goes wide to Williams. And intercepted there coming from Dharma Georgie. So both teams only have one player on the bench. So you can't have any injuries. If you lose one player, that's it. That's all you've got. So got to be also careful when getting into one-on-one contests not to really go hard at it, because one player down is going to highly impact the game.
I still do think that maybe you'll agree with me, this game will get a little bit heated towards the second half, especially if it stays at 1-1, because these teams just, it's not that they hate each other, they just love winning more than each other.
They love winning and they hate losing. That's all it is.
Maybe they hate each other a little bit. Just a little bit.
Bit of a rivalry, because for them, when they play each other, it also means it could be the championship, because it's win or lose, right? If they lose this game, it could potentially be the season for them. So every game that they verse each other is so high stakes. And in the past season or so, Evolution have been beating Fitzroy, and that's where it's frustrating. But Jimmy Sufis, I think, can he calm down a little bit now? He's got a goal in it.
I don't know him personally, but I think maybe it's just some coaches are you can't calm down till you know you're winning, and that's when the final whistle goes. It's the only time you can ever know.
That's true, but the ball has been making its way more in their defensive half, so he's really trying to get it out, encouraging his team. But at the meantime, Beck Davies, she's going to keep that ball in that forward half as much as possible and not allowing any ball movement in the back, because we haven't seen too much of the keeper, Danielle Bradley, with the ball. It's only that one kind of error that she had earlier. But other than that, we haven't seen too many ball movement forward for Fitzroy.
Oh my goodness. That's the same post. They only have 3 lives, right? Right?
I don't know. That's the second one so far.
3 strikes and you're out. I don't
So
know if you can be so lucky.
Has not too much time to go. Fitzroy have caught a timeout, which is not unsurprising. Let's take a short break. We'll see you right after this.
Cooper now. This time shoots.
Oh my God!
And Cooper just said, leave it to me, boys. I'm going to bury this game before halftime. We can wrap it up. That is an absolute ripper of a goal. That is top bins. There is no chance, Aaron, you were saving that.
Cross court to Lita Zamaya. Put out in a bad position. She got out of it. Still just out. Lovely work from Elle. What a goal!
Welcome back. That was a timeout called by Coach Jimmy Sufis for Fitzroy. 51 seconds remaining in the first half. Now against Evolution, who scored the first goal by Beck Davies, just on the ball there. Pass through. Interception by Dharma Georgie. And ball goes out of bounds for a throw-in for Fitzroy. With just about 30 seconds to go. Josh, thoughts on the half?
Well, it's just... Oh my goodness, it almost heated up to like the point where I couldn't explain it, because
If
she had scored there, it would have changed the whole dynamic of it. But it's just been even, nothing to separate the teams. 2 long shots, 2 to 4-star players just dominating this game. Mary Big warmed up, so when we see the second half, she's going to be ridiculous. Fitzroy's going to be ridiculous. There's nothing more to add. It's just going to be ridiculous. You have to stick in.
Let's start a drinking game. Did you get that from Peter Pals? The most ridiculous that he would always say.
Didn't try to copy, but you can't help but copy the legend.
Exactly, the legend of the microphone. And that's halftime here at Series Futsal Arena. 1 for Evolution, 1 for Fitzroy. We'll take a break. We'll see you right after this.
Cooper now. This time shoots.
Oh my God!
And Cooper just said, leave it to me, boys. I'm going to bury this game before halftime. We can wrap it up. That is an absolute ripper of a goal. That is top bins. There is no chance, Aaron, you were saving that.
Cross court to Lita Zamaya. Put out in a bad position. She got out of it. Still just out. Lovely work from Elle. What a goal! That was all just out. Absolutely brilliant. She completely decimated the Preston defense, fed the ball to Carla D'Alessandro, and D'Alessandro found the net. This effort from Jessau, absolutely superb. What a ball to D'Alessandro, and an easy finish from the Tower of Power.
Cooper now. This time shoots.
Oh my God!
And Cooper just said, leave it to me, boys. I'm going to bury this game before halftime. We can wrap it up. That is an absolute ripper of a goal. That is top bins. There is no chance, Aaron, you were saving that.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second half. It is Melbourne Evolution against Fitzroy, a very even game, 1 goal apiece. You're joined here by Han Solo and Josh. Josh, thanks for joining us in the stream, and so far this game has been so entertaining and very close.
I think it's just, there's really not much to separate the teams. Oh! That's a highlight. That is a highlight. Put that in the reels.
Did Dama Georgie have anything against?
I wish
who
we
was
had
that?
do we have a replay?
Was that Michael Ciaris?
Do we have a replay?
I think it is.
I don't think we have a replay.
No, you can replay it on your screen at home if you're watching, but that went directly to Michael Ciaris.
Oh, he took it like a champ.
Did he? We didn't see it. It was off camera.
Well, okay, from like that 2-second period, he was very good.
All right, that was a good start to the half, and the 2 goals. First one from Beck Davies. Again, we're going to keep talking about it. That was just, she was on fire.
Incredible.
Like, does what she does best. Unstoppable Beck Davies, and then the second goal from Dama Georgie. So, captain against captain. Why not shape it up in a high stakes game like this? Evolution can't. Well, if they lose, it's their first loss this season. And for Fitzroy, they've already lost 2, so they need another one to kind of get in terms. And a save there from Maggie Shahata. A strike. That went like a bullet from Beck Davies. And she was on the run too. Oh dear, this game, it's going to be millimeters. Like, you have to really be on your toes for the entire game. I don't think there's any flat foot players right now.
Well, they're all running, and Hubik might just, maybe not, but she's one of those players. She's never still. Is she ever, like, walking?
Yeah. When she gets knocked down heavily and she walks
That's
it
the
off.
one
That's
time.
the only
The
time.
one time. She's
Like,
always moving.
Always moving, and Williams just passes it back to Davies. Got no option short. Fort Otto waiting patiently, stole that ball off. Passes it back to Georgie. Goes wide.
I think that one player Fitzroy's missing as well, Alonso. She's their top scorer. She has 8 in 3 games, but definitely be missing
Rachel
her.
Alonso. She probably scored a lot of goals in that one. Was it one game that she played?
3 games.
3 games.
8
Oh,
in
there you
3.
go.
8 in
8
3
in 3
games.
Wow.
So she had a really good rate. She's not here, which is definitely a big miss, because when she played, she was sensational.
Definitely high scoring for Rachel Alonso. Been around serious futsal for quite some time, and it was a good recruit there coming from Fitzroy. Finding these players and keeping them and ensuring that they have a good game each time they come here. So Fort Otto, that's their new recruit. Former Amazon player. Didn't play last season. I don't think she played the season before that since Amazon. So for them, will she continue on the remainder of the season? That's the thing. We want to see players continue on. We don't want, for example, Rachel coming in 3 games, then not seeing her again. It's kind of like disappointing for the viewer and for us and the fans. You know, we want to see star players like that continue on, but it's just one of those things. It could just be a commitment thing, or a location, or a one-off, because, you know, you might ask for a favour and, hey, we're short of players, can you come and fill in for us? And a lot of players went, yeah, I'll come in. And
There's WNPL seasons and all the like the off-season outdoor.
Is finished.
Well, that's finishing, is it? It's like it's done.
It's one more finals game to go this weekend, and then after that, it's done. And I think for the other state league and VPL, all their games are done too.
Wow. I think I saw that final. I think I actually want to go to that. Was it Bulleen?
Bulleen and South Melbourne
Yeah, 'cause
this Saturday.
That's crazy. It's actually one of the players who plays there. I went to like primary school with.
Really? Who's the
Yeah.
player?
Alana Jansevsky.
No way. You went to primary
She's-
school with Alana.
Yep. And she was just as good as she was.
Wow.
Well, no. She wasn't. I mean, like, she was, like, in terms of, like, level above everyone.
Right,
she was
yeah.
that good and always playing. Like, that was the commitment. She's going to definitely be in that next
Wow.
generation of, like,
You knew.
women's sport athletes. Come play futsal, Alana.
How are we going to get her on? Maybe you have connections.
Nah, I got no connections.
Just hit her
No
up.
connections.
We'll ask someone to reach out. Surely someone here knows Alana, because could get definitely more players here playing for serious futsal.
You want the best players in this league. Just
We've already got the best players in this league, but you want more. Get them on board.
you want whatever we have, double it. You know, we want them
Oh,
to get
yeah.
to the as good
More
as possible.
teams.
More teams.
Yeah, more teams to compete with each other as well.
It's just when there's only 8 teams, you know, you restricted the pool of players. You want a little bit bigger so you can see more, because there's so many fabulous athletes that just you can't fit into this league.
Speaking of athletes, Catherine Ford Otto just had a huge knock. Like, because we're pushing them back against Mary Ubake. But just physicality, they just get up again. It's just going to take a lot more than just a hip and shoulder to really get these teams, you know, on the floor, not moving, because they're just so well built. And, you know, it's the conditioning that we see as well in off the court. We know Evolution, they use like the bands when they warm up. You know, they're getting their muscles ready and then cooling down. They're doing a lot of stretches. So it's really getting your body into top-notch shape. And futsal is very physical. And Ubake!
No way.
Was that Burke just lurking there in the back post? But I think the footing was it just didn't connect the way she wanted it to.
It happens.
Wow, look at
It
that
happens.
power.
Sometimes, you know, it just doesn't. You're there and it doesn't work. It's unlucky. Next time she'll hit that in. But that's the first real big chance of this half. And I think it comes down to what you were talking about, conditioning. All these players are putting their bodies on the line, so we're not seeing so many shots.
Absolutely, and then these shots are powerful, so if it's going against your body, it's definitely going to hurt. A throw in there from Davies to Burke, and she takes a strike, hits the side netting. This time round, Maggie Shahata doing a brilliant job just protecting her near post, because that's the angle. I feel like they've found their weakness. The strikers went, instead of going far end, let's go near post and try to trick the keeper, and it worked for Dharma Georgie against Danielle Bradley. And will it work again? I mean, I can't remember the goal for Beck Davies because it was just such a strike. I think that was in the near post too.
It was in the near post. It was in the near post. Unless my memory is just faded as well.
I'm getting replays in my head, but yeah, near post. So these plays are really challenging the keepers tonight and keeping them on their toes. And so far, since that goal from Dharma Georgie in this half, it's been almost near impossible. Look at the defense from Fitzroy, and now the counter-attack.
Oh, that was actually...
Galuccio.
That was saucy.
Woo, how did you do that mid-run? It was like a slow motion.
We need more clips of just moves like that. I don't think they don't get the appreciation that they deserve. We always see the goals and assists, but we need those nutmegs and ankle breaks. Show those off too.
Why not? Oh, and an opportunity for Fitzroy, but no one there in the middle. Ball was what? Fitzroy thought was out of bounds. Play on, says the referee. Davies finds Hugh Beak. And Dharma Georgie just had to deal with it. So far in this game, 1-1. And it's a low-scoring game. It's the second half, and we thought, you know, the teams are going to amp it up, and which they have. It's just been unlucky with, you know, right in front of goal. There hasn't really been any clear shot. And then I think Evolution, did he hit the post, or was it Fitzroy hit the post once?
2 times Evolution hit the
times.
post. Look at Galuccio almost. She paced for it just too much on that ball.
Yeah, the ball sometimes just doesn't want to do what you want it to, so...
Mohammed Fateh says she's out for the season. I'm not sure who you exactly you're referring to. Is it Liz Air or Alonso? Please, we want
Confirm.
Yeah,
We've talked about a lot
confirm
of players already. And there's an insight knowledge there. Oh, another bit of fancy footwork coming from Hugh Beach. They're bringing it all here in this game. They want the highlights package to be from this game only. Why not? If you're a player and you want to compose a highlights package, why not bring all the tricks out of the bag?
Hey, it looks better against the best teams.
As Burke takes a strike, save there from Maggie Shahata. Just did enough there because it looked like the pace wasn't on it. So sometimes you overdo it, over-save it, and then the ball kind of lands its way awkwardly. But Maggie, she kind of did it quick, but luckily for her, her technique just draws the ball in and ensures that it doesn't bounce off her body. So far, because she's expecting high, really fast balls, but because it goes slower, you really don't know how you're going to react to it.
Mind games, kind of
And
tricking the
near
goalkeeper.
post, yeah. How else are you going to pass these goalkeepers tonight? They've done a tremendous job just not allowing any possible shots coming in, and a turnover there from Molly Burke. It's the new players coming in serious futsal again. It has to be directly on the line. We've seen that in the last game and in this game. A lot of balls turn over because it's not directly on the line, and the referee will see that.
It is the most infuriating give up of the ball for any team. It's so unfortunate. And also, if you play, I think, a lot of social league, I think you can have the ball behind the line in that. Am I correct?
Yes, and save there once again from Maggie Shahata. Had Fitzroy defence ensuring that if the ball does come loose, it doesn't really go back to Evolution's possession easily. Once again, in the back line for Fitzroy. Short pass from Dharma Geordie to Shahata. Through the corridor.
Oh,
Rowan. Molly Burke!
wow.
Gets her first for serious futsal. The back post that she's just been desperate to find, and she's got it. Let's watch the replay. Look at this, lurking on her own, and the turnover from Mary Hugh Beak. She stepped up, found the player loose, and Molly Burke just had to compose herself, ensures that the keeper comes out, waits for the timed keeper run, and just unlocks, and a brilliant first goal for Molly Burke.
That pass, though, from Hugh Beak, unbelievable. Unbelievable vision. And it just, slots through the, little gap.
Yeah, in between the two defenders, and it was diagonal. So the run from Molly Burke had to be perfect, but then also the pass through from Mary Beak had to be, not too fast as well, because she did it before. We saw earlier it was too quick for Molly Burke to kind of have a first touch, or really knew the ball was coming in, in her direction in that manner. So again, the turnover is on. We've got Williams in the far end on her own, but this time round, kudos to Fitzroy's defence, just managed to kind of sway that away for Evolution.
Well, this is where it becomes a little bit stressful for Fitzroy. 10 minutes to go in this game. It's not a lot of time. It's not a lot of goals that they have to make up for, but it's a very good team. And they just haven't just yet been able to get as many shots off as they would like to. And I know if they get one off, it will probably go in, but it's about finding the space for that shot.
It's ball turnover once more. I think it's that area in that far end of the court that players just unaware of the line. Is there a hump there, or is a bit of a hill? I don't know. Ball goes out of play. This time round it's for Evolution. Burke to bring it in. Davies looking for the pass through to Hugh Beak, but she was just pressured there by Berry, or was it Warren? Short pass through to Fitzroy. Fort Otto. Back to Galuccio. Kicks it straight into Hugh Beak. Burke wins it back. Passes it to Best. To Davies. Desperate plea to get it out. But Hubig just couldn't control it. And again, desperate plea just to get it out as far away from possible. So both teams just giving it away just because the pressure is just, the press is so high. The contact of their opponents is just right in your face. Oh, the pass through. Didn't connect as Hubig looking to run down the line. Miller Bess just couldn't control it. Throw to the Rowan. And Dharma Georgie there was lurking in the back post, looking for that pass through, but in the end got her team a corner kick anyway.
Mohamed Fateh commenting again, the fact that Fitzroy keeping up with a decimated squad tonight shows the brilliance of the coaching. I wouldn't call this squad so decimated. It's definitely lacking a little bit of depth in terms of numbers, but I wouldn't call it such a decimated squad. There's so many quality players here. I mean, it's not the Fitzroy we usually see from last season. There's a lot of players missing, but they've had really good performances consistently this whole season, so I will agree with him on that. The coaching is brilliant.
Coaching is brilliant, and every player has not stopped. They've really stepped up. Compared to last week, it was also a very short team, but look, Berry's running her ass off, so is Galuccio, so is Fort Otto. Every player right now is playing their role. Look at their physicality. It's not even, you can't even call that a decimated team. Same as Evolution, they've lost a lot of players that are not present in a game like this, and we expect games very heated, but the players are actually playing a very clean, tactical game that's not really getting to their heads. Normally you see Fitzroy and Evolution really butting heads, but look at them, they're playing in a very clean fashion, which we haven't really seen much in the past. There's no arms up in the air much. I think the only kind of hint of that was earlier from Dharma Georgie. Normally they're looking at the referee going, that's a bad call, come on ref, but I haven't seen too much of that, and that almost was a hey, come on ref physicality.
That was a big knock. They heard.
They heard us. But generally they're actually flowing the game more than we have anticipated, and how many minutes in, not a single VAR call, which sometimes the coach might be going, hey, that was, you know, not right. Can we look at that again? Either that or have they scrapped the VAR? I'm not too sure.
Oh, there's no way they scrapped the VAR.
No one's just hasn't used it tonight yet.
Just haven't needed it.
Yeah, so that's filling to see that Fitzroy, they're just here to play. Nothing's really going to upset them too much, and the referee has been top-notch in a way that... Anywho, a lot of talks, but let's take a break for a timeout. See you after this.
Cross court to leader Zamaya. Put out in a bad position. She got out of it. Still Jess out. Lovely work from Elle. What a goal! That was all Jess out. Absolutely brilliant. She completely decimated the Preston defense, fed the ball to Carla D'Alessandro, and D'Alessandro found the net. This effort from Jessau, absolutely superb. What a ball to D'Alessandro, and an easy finish from the Tower of Power.
And we're back in play. 5 minutes to go in this game. It's high stakes, and Evolution have got the upper hand so far, but we've known in the past Fitzroy can come back. It just needs another goal to keep it equal, and then another one to be ahead. You're here with Josh and Han. Josh, wow, we've talked about a lot in this game and the plays and the teams, but so far this is a different game that we've seen in the past.
Look, there's 5 minutes left in this game. I think you could almost throw out what we've seen and just expect at least Fitzroy to throw everything against the wall right now. They have to push forward and really pressure and they have to play their cards correctly to win this game. And they can do it. They have some star players. It's just about getting it right, getting a little bit lucky as well. Everything is about luck in some sense. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, and you just got to build it, and they have been. They've just been patient. They're not rushing it too much. I mean, Galuccio, they just kicked from all the way back. But now I feel like they've got to take a bit more risk, not be too predictable, and really press on evolution. And we know Jimmy Sufers, he's got a lot of little plays and game plans in his book. Will he conjure something? And I don't know, has Scotty Rogan been there the entire time, or have we missed?
I think he's been there in that exact position.
Has
but he
he
kind
not
of
moved?
blends in. Look, it's camouflage.
He's white and blue. So but yeah, they can bring something out of the bag from a set piece. You know, though 4 minutes to go. Our timeout hasn't been called for Fitzroy, and they might have it up their sleeves.
It all just depends. Galuccio has to stop. I think she's trying to play a little bit direct now, but changing it up a little. But I don't think that'll work against this Evolution side. They're really tall and physical compared to a lot of teams in this league. Particularly Davies. Like, she's just a tower there in the back line.
Oh, absolutely. So she's going to have that presence around her. Bradley, long throw towards the center. Hubeek was there. So back and forth play from both teams right now. Evolution, they've got to score one to make it a 2-goal buffer. Because if Fitzroy slot one in, it's equal terms. And then you've got no time left. And then it's going to go to penalty, which both teams don't want. So they're on the counter now, and a huge strike there. Nothing to it. As we see Fort Otto back on the court for Fitzroy. Ball stolen there by Miller Best. Looking for someone in the back post, but no one there. So both teams making mistakes now. And time is ticking.
And you have to think if there is another goal, it's the most important one of this entire game.
Who's it going to be? Or will be there any goals?
I have no comment. too much on the line for me to even predict.
Because that could not happen too. Could be no goals. I've seen very rare where a game's 0-0.
I don't think I've ever seen a game. Have you ever?
I've
Really?
seen a game where it's 0-0, like no goals, which is a rarity.
It's kind of more exciting than anything else.
As Burke slots it through with her left boot, but Maggie Shahata gobbled that up with ease. Berry, no option forward, has to play it back to Galuccio. Georgie on the far end. Now it's stop clock territory. Berry, can Fort Otto get there to bring it in for Fitzroy? No. Ball turnover. Evolution got the side ball. And good pressure there coming from Galuccio. But ball is into Evolution's favour. 2-1 still, and what goals for Evolution was Beck Davies and Molly Burke. And a bit of a trip there almost from Davies against Fort Otto. She kind of like whipped her way in the air and turned. So the agility from these players are just second to none. It's just, how do you not trip from that? And that was a dangerous play. And once again, Dama Georgie have some beef with Michael Ciaras, because that once again is the second ball that she has thrashed away towards his direction.
That is. Oh, it's gonna be. I have to put that in the highlights.
But we have a clear view of that one. It was it like 10 seconds in the second half where Dama Georgie just thrashed it straight into Michael Ciaras.
Almost instantaneously.
Something is going on between them two, because that's not coincidence if it happened the second time again. So a minute and a half. Can Fitzroy conjure something? Possibly, but they've caught a timeout in their back half. So maybe not a set piece, but something might happen from this. Let's take a short break. We'll see you in the remaining minutes after this.
It's to me, boys. I'm going to bury this game before half-time. We can wrap it up. That is an absolute ripper of a goal. That is top bins. There is no chance, Aaron, you were saving that.
Cross court to leader Zamaya. Put out in a bad position. She got out of it. Still Jess out. Lovely work from Elle. What a goal! That was all Jess out. Absolutely brilliant. She completely decimated the Preston defense, fed the ball to Carla D'Alessandro, and D'Alessandro found the net.
And we're back. Just over a minute to go here in this game. Melbourne Evolution just leading by a goal, and that was a timeout called by Fitzroy. I said earlier was the defensive half. I was confused of which direction they were kicking. Berry to bring it in. Galuccio looking to strike it all the way to Keon Park train station.
I feel like if anyone's going to score, sincerely, it will be her.
It will be Galuccio, and she scored the winning goal last week against Preston. So will she match up to that this round in this game? Or will Evolution deny her chance again? And it's a high stakes game for both teams. Evolution again don't want to lose. They want to keep their winning streak, and it could also be, I wouldn't say guarantee championship, but a hard, like the catch up from the teams from that will be pretty tricky.
Well, they'll have to play Fitzroy 2 more times. That's 6 points. And they just have to lose 1 more game to another team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is doable. I don't think you wouldn't call it championship yet.
But it's one
hard.
step closer.
It's hard, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at the passing through from Evolution. They haven't skipped a beat yet since the timeout. And they don't want to. They want to gain possession. They don't want to lose it to Fitzroy with less than a minute to go. Burke tries to find Hugh Beeg, but Dharma Georgie got in the way. I think she's kicking it the wrong direction. I think Michael Ciaris is in this end of the court. Side ball, Hugh Beeg. Williams asking for it. Williams couldn't find a clean possession. Georgie. And Fort Otto cleverly passes it back to Shahata. Galuccio now. Good pressure coming from Burke. And the header there towards the direction of Rowan, just couldn't connect. Now Bradley, 30 seconds to go. Can Evolution hold it? Or will it be a goal that Fitzroy can score to make it an equaliser, which will then result into a penalty shootout? Giving the ball away, it's 1 step closer for Evolution and 1 step further away for Fitzroy.
Honestly, they have to just get that ball to Galuccio's feet or her head.
Oh, that was a close one there for Fitzroy, and 11 seconds. That might be it there. Hugh Beeg asking for the ball.
Well, she just kicked it out. That's
I reckon she would have just hold it as long as possible. But 6
Yeah.
seconds. Got to go long or go home.
that might be it.
That might be it. And Melbourne Evolution making it 7 in a row, and that's Fitzroy's 3rd loss of the season. But it's been a high-stakes game. It's been very entertaining, very clean, very tactical.
It's just a little bit painful that one team has to have a defeat because they both played really well.
They absolutely did. They played it to the end, played their hearts out, brought everything to the table. But it looks like in the end, Evolution unbeatable so far in this season, scoring 2 goals to Fitzroy 1. Stick around because we've got an interview coming right after this.
Coupon out. This time shoots.
Oh my God!
Adam Cooper just said, leave it to me, boys. I'm going to bury this game before halftime. We can wrap it up. That is an absolute ripper of a goal. That is top bins. There is no chance, Aaron, you were saving that.
Cross court to leader Zamaya. Put out in a bad position. She got out of it. Still Jess out. Lovely work from Elle. What a goal! That was all Jess out. Absolutely brilliant. She completely decimated the Preston defense, fed the ball to Carla D'Alessandro, and D'Alessandro found the net. This effort from Jess out, absolutely superb. What a ball to D'Alessandro, and an easy finish from the Tower of Power.
Cooper now. This time shoots.
Oh my God!
Adam Cooper just said, leave it to me, boys. I'm going to bury this game before halftime. We can wrap it up. That is an absolute ripper of a goal. That is top bins. There is no chance, Aaron, you were saving that.
Cross court to leader Zamaya. Put out in a bad position. She got out of it. Still Jess out. Lovely work from Elle. What a goal! That was all Jess out. Absolutely brilliant. She completely decimated the Preston defense, fed the ball to Carla D'Alessandro, and D'Alessandro found the net. This effort from Jess out.
Welcome everyone to the post-match interview. I'm here with Melbourne Evolution, Sophie. Sophie, wow, what a game.
What a game. Wow.
Very close one. How do you feel in terms of games against Fitzroy, the intensity and kind of the battle between the two of you?
Yeah, definitely. We knew it was going to be a huge game coming into it. And yeah, we weren't too happy with our performance last week, so we really dug deep for this one and yeah, played really well. Played a lot better than last week, which we're very happy about.
Yep. Now, that first goal from Beck Davies, we talked about it probably at least 10 times.
Yeah.
How do you see that on the court, and when, do you step out of the way or?
Yeah,
what
far out.
happens?
You don't want to get in front of that. Yeah, she's insane. That shot was amazing. I don't know if anyone really knew it went in for a while because no one did anything.
Yeah, she didn't even celebrate. She went, what's going on? Does that ease the nerves a little bit when, your captain or, your senior players step up and ensure that, you've got one in the bag?
Yeah, definitely. We knew that the first goal was going to be an important one, so for us to get that first out the bat and to score such an amazing goal definitely calmed the nerves. Yeah,
that's right. Now, talk us through what was kind of said in the halftime break, because in the second, half, you didn't really allow Fitzroy any kind of space to move that ball forward.
Yeah, we definitely, off the back of last week's game, definitely knew we needed to work on our defending, in particular staying on our players. So we just really made sure we had our defending down packed, which I think stopped them getting through. Yeah.
Yep, excellent. Well, appreciate your time up in the studio.
Thank
Hopefully
you.
more times up here, and all the best for the remainder of the season.
Thank you.
Excellent. Once again, Sophie Williams from Evolution, and up next it's Carlton and Acu. We'll see you then.